I try to figure out who I am. Not sure what I'm doing here.
Say again. What'd you say though?
That's great.
Who said it?
Was it Tony the Tiger?
What did he say?
That's great. Do you remember?
I have no idea. I was too young for that. All right, Melissa, what are we doing? What are we doing here today? My new toy. It's our toy. This is a partnership.
All you have to do is look at me. Sometimes I can't breathe, but it feels like you're the one who saves me.
Oh, that's a great touch. Look at
When I try, but don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me.
I'm trying my best to hold on.
An awesome solid carbon fiber.
It's not easy, but I'm feeling
Oh boy. It's got diamond stitching in the ceiling.
the way I thought they would.
It's in carbon.
And before you, there was no one who understood.
Can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try, don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me.
All right, here we are in the 2021 Audi R8 V10 RWD. How's that sound? All right, I've got it in dynamic and just flipped into sport mode right now. So this is the 2021 again. They are not making the R8 after 2022. And my understanding is the only cars available now are the RWD and the performance models. The RWD is rear-wheel drive only. It's 532 horsepower and the torque is 398. And then the performance, of course, is the 600 plus horsepower car. This is still 0 to 60 in around 3.3 seconds, I believe. Top speed's just shy of 200 miles per hour. What other stats we got? Gas mileage, I think it gets 14 or 15 around the city and 23 on the highway. I think I've been averaging about 17 miles a gallon overall. Probably has a lot to do with this car is nuts. My experience, we had an Audi S5 for a while. We currently have an Audi SQ5, but we bought a 2018 Audi R8 V10 RWS last year, and we had it for about 6 months and put 6,000 miles on it, and I absolutely fell in love with that car. And when I was about to trade it, had an opportunity to pick up a Jag EX SV Project8, and needed to do something quick, so I traded the Audi on it. What'd you say, Melissa?
I said you'll have another one.
Well, here we are. I lasted about a month. But, so this car right here is a unique spec. It is, the color on the exterior is called Ara Blue Crystal Effect. There were only 2 for sale in the United States, new, when I bought this one. And it also has the Carbon Sigma interior and exterior upgrades. Carbon Sigma side blades on the outside, and then all the carbon interior on the inside. And it's got blue stitching on the seats, and these are the upgraded seats with the blue diamond stitching. And then it also has diamond stitching in the ceiling, which is a really cool accent. Really kind of finishes the car off. It's on the exterior, what's different between this and the previous gen 2018 that we had is they reworked the front grille and all somewhat, and reworked the exhaust on the back. The back exhaust is enormously large now, isn't it? I think it looks super cool. Fits right in with the image. But other than that, mechanically, this car is, I believe, exactly the same as the RWS. Pretty much everything on the exterior. On the interior, it is all, this car has the leather upgrade, so it's all leather, Alcantara, and then a mix of carbon fiber. So it's an absolutely beautiful car. It's definitely purpose built, though. You're going to find that these Audi R8s, particularly this one, it does not have a heated steering wheel, although it is the Audi flat bottom steering wheel, and it does not have memory seats. Isn't that crazy? Who would have thought? But it really is an incredibly comfortable place to be. When you drive this car in comfort mode and in regular drive mode on the interstate, we drove 1,000 miles in 2 days in the RWS when we had it, and it's just a really great place to be. You can get out and just drive around in it in a regular city type setting and really have a good time. And but it's still really comfortable. But when you want to get a little more aggressive, you just flip it over to dynamic and pop it back into sport mode, and it becomes an extremely competent V10 supercar. What do you think about it? Do you like it?
I like it.
There you go, another enthusiastic review by Melissa.
It's pretty. It's blue.
The storage utility of this vehicle, it does have a frunk on it, and it's got a pretty good size storage area for one big bag that goes in the hole, and then a couple crushable bags that can sit on top of it. Also comes with a 12-volt charger in there, and has some nets and things to help organize. But where the coupe comes in as more usable is it's got what doesn't look like it now, but it's got quite a bit of space behind the seats where we put 2 or 3 crushable bags, which really made the difference for a 3 or 4 day trip. So it's got more utility than a lot of other supercars, because a lot of other supercars don't have that extra little storage back there. It has a very cool little RWD badge. The RWS model was one of 999, but this is a regular model for Audi for 2021 and 2022. And 2022 will be it for the Audi R8. We've got some friends that just bought a Performance and had it delivered this last week, and I think that's one of the last. It's the last run. There won't be a lot of Audis left out there. I believe they make 500 or 600 a year, so they're already pretty rare. Audi's been making R8 since, 2007, 2008, and the body style has been comparatively the same for all of that time. It's one of the last cars that has a normally aspirated V10, and driving experience, the seats are excellent. Now, we had the other seats that were not the upgraded seats in the RWS, and those were still really good. They did not have the diamond stitching. They were not as attractive, but they were still very good looking seats, but you might slide a little bit in them. But these are 10-way seats, and they've got excellent side bolsters. I mean, I am just tucked right in here, and the front is, and the bolsters on the seat are just as good. It's a very good driving position. Something you'll find is if you're over 6 feet tall, you might have an issue getting into one of these. I've got buddies that are 6'2" or 6'3", and depending on how you're proportioned, you might have a hard time driving an R8. I'm 5'10". I have the seat all the way back right now, and it's slightly inclined to the back, and my legs are already somewhat bent, and this is my position with the steering wheel. So you can imagine someone that's 3 or 4 inches taller trying to cram into one of these cars. It might not be the ideal car for that, although you do have plenty of headroom in the coupe anyways. Acceleration. What do you think, honey? It's so composed when it does it. Even the RWD, not the quattro. There's speed limit. It just does it, and it does it well, and it does it in a super composed fashion. This car does not break and get away from you like the rear-wheel drive Jags that we've got. It's very competent, and it's very good at speed. When you're on higher speeds on the interstate, it just hunkers down, and it feels so composed. You have no idea what type of speed you're doing. I would imagine that doing 60 or doing 120 feels the same way. That's what I would imagine. But the acceleration, it's excellent. The suspension in dynamic, it's a little bouncy, isn't it? But the steering wheel is super tight and super responsive. If we jump over to, let's jump over to comfort real quick. You already heard the change in the exhaust noise, and then I'll, of course, it jumped over into drive, all regular drive mode. It's a lot quieter in here, isn't it? And it's a pretty tight cabin with the engine right behind you and all. It's still a very quiet car to drive on the interstate. But, and the road feels a lot better too. I mean, it's actually, feels like a sporty sedan, doesn't it, right now? Very good place to be. So, just quick and easy, down and dirty about the Audi R8 V10 RWD. It's a solid buy. There's deals to be had still, even this market. There's a few of the 21s still out there, I believe, and the 22s are coming. But it's such a great car. What I love about it as much as anything else is we're driving a supercar. You get the supercar experience wherever you go. People are hollering, "Hey, nice car," or whatever. You get the first spots at the valet, which is really cool. But you can take and service it right down the street at your local Audi dealer, and that's something to be valued. When you're jumping into a McLaren or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, you may have to decide how much of the little idiosyncrasies or weird issues that you're having that you can stand before it stacks up enough that you ship it 400 or 500 miles or whatever it is to the nearest dealer. Not so with Audi. They sell these and they service them at our local dealership. So this 2010 Audi R8 V10 RWD.
2000.
Did I say 2010?
You did.
Nice catch. So the Audi 2021 R8 V10 RWD. It's a definitive buy in my book. It's literally probably my favorite car to drive on an everyday basis. We've had this for 4 months. We put 2,000 miles on it. We're just driving the crap out of it. And it is just a ride. It's a great place to be. So we're going to have to give this you need to go out and get you one right now while there's still some to be had. There's great deals on the older ones too. The 2018 we bought last year in 2020 and probably saved $40,000 or $50,000 off a new car, and it was like brand new. thanks for joining us at the Full Octane Garage. If you like our video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification button so you can get notifications of some of the other videos. We just posted a video on the Audi Q5 and the Audi SQ5. Guess it's been a Audi kind of day, hasn't it? So, yeah, there is that. But again, thanks for joining us at Full Octane Garage, and thank you for driving with Melissa, for hanging out for a little bit. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram at Driving with Melissa. We'll see you soon at the Full Octane Garage.
I can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me when I try.
Whatever. Go ahead, do something creative. What? I don't know, pose. Give me a car pose. God, cheerleader? Seriously? You don't have anything else? I don't think of something. Think of something. Just do that. Do a spin. Twirl your hair. All the goofing off you do, and this is what I get right now?
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I'll go ahead and touch it, it's fine.
Sometimes I can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me when I try, but don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me.
This is how you get in the R8, right, honey?
Normally it would be
Go ahead.
easier, but the carbon fiber floor mats are super slick. So,
Hey, thank you for your input.